Hey y'all, it's your girl Malika. Today I'm going to be walking through some new revelations Yahuwah had gave me as I reread Genesis 24. I'm not going to read the whole chapter, it's one of the lengthier chapters, but I do want to encourage you all to go back and read for yourselves. A lot of times what we do is we get on here and we try to live off of someone else's revelations. This right here will meet you where you are. It's going to speak to you based off of where you are in life. So you need to read it for yourself and have Abba meet you there. We have to read and know for ourselves. Again, he's taking me back to the beginning. I know for so long I wanted to read cover to cover. I wanted to do the 365. I wanted to read it in a year. And he's just like, be still. Let me show you what you need, when you need it, and when you need to read it. But he's taking me back. I know I last stopped off on 20. So I read from 20 to 24. And 24 is cooking. Like, it's really cooking. So I just want to share with y'all some of the things that he has, just opened my eyes to. Okay, so coming in hot. 24, 6 and 7. Abraham answered him, make sure that you don't take my son back there. Do not take my son back there. Do not take my son back there. Anywhere but backwards, y'all. That was so powerful to me because it's like we always have this enslaved mindset of we always want to go back. We always want to spin a block. We always want to check up on them. We always want to see what it's like. We want to still see if the block is hot. We want to still see if the vibes is vibing. Anywhere but backwards. Stop going to places that he already has delivered you from. The people that he has severed you from. The ties that he has broken. The curses that he has freed you from. Stop going backwards. And then 7 says the Lord, the God of hosts, well, Yahuwah, forgive me for that, who took me from my father's house and from my native land, who spoke to me and swore to me, I will give this land to your offspring. He is walking you into the promised land. Okay, 31 says, come you who are blessed. That's the word right there. Come you who are blessed. Okay, he said, come you who are blessed, not you who are poor, not you who lack, not you who are struggling. Blessed is our portion. Blessed, he said, come you who are blessed. Blessed is our portion. And following that, he said, why are you standing out there? I have prepared the house and a place for the camels. 32, the end of 32, straw and feet were given to the camels, and water was brought to wash his feet and the feet of the men who were with him. It says, what's for you will be provided. The help we need will be granted to us, because we are declared blessed. He didn't have to say, oh, could you help with my camels? Could you do this? Could you do that? The help was already there. So we have to have a heart posture of servitude, right? We have to stop doing good deeds with ill intent. Oh, let me help them in hopes that they give me a couple dollars. Let me do this for that. No. Real quick, 33, it says a meal was set before him, and he said, I would not eat until I have said what I needed to say. So 1, you need to stand on your father's business. Stand on his business so that he can stand on yours. And then 34, it talks about how, 34 to 36, it basically talks about how he was saying that, Yahuwah has blessed him and made him rich, that he, gave Sarah a child in her old age, and all that was given, and all that Abraham owns was given to him by Yahuwah. This is powerful. Yahuwah granted all these things, not the devil, not the word, not crystals, not sage, not magic, not spells. Yahuwah granted him all the things that he has. Yahuwah is the one that made him rich. Yahuwah is the one that blessed him and his descendants. That's it. Also, following that, rich is our portion. And not just finances. We rich in wealth, rich in health, rich in love, rich in peace, rich in the fruits of the spirit, rich in community, rich in grace, rich in favor. Rich is our portion. Rich is our portion. I don't know who needs to hear this today, but listen, rich is our portion. 45, Rebecca coming with her jug on her shoulder. First off, we need not to be idle, right? We need to be fulfilling our assignments so that Yahuwah can divinely align our paths. We need to stay out of our own way. Remember, even when it gets to Proverbs, it says, he who finds a good wife, not she who finds a husband. We need to be consecrating ourselves before the Lord. And in this season, especially of waiting and singleness, we need to learn how to simply be sons and daughters to our Father before he canters off to marriage. We need to know how to serve him the same way that we anticipate serving a spouse. We need to wake up and get fed from our daily bread the same way that we will wake up and feed a man or woman. The same way that we would inconvenience ourselves for a partner, we need to inconvenience ourselves for our Father. Yeah, that's the word. In verse 48, it talks about how Rebecca, who is the granddaughter of his master brother, was taken for his son. Even though that speaks to incest, this reminded me of nepotism, right? That we need to keep the wealth in the family and put our people into position. I'm not saying do it like ancestrally, but it just reminded me of nepotism, how like we need to start being more community based from our household. Like it starts in the household. So teach financial literacy, teach faith, teach, it literally says to raise up a child in the way that they do not depart. So we have to literally get our people in order. We need to intercede for our people. We need to be that example too, because we can't just be talking from a place of lacking experience, right? So we want to be that example. We want there to be congruency in what we say and the way that we live, right? We don't want to just be making it to the top, chasing the bag, doing all these things, and then climbing on the backs of our family members. Take them with you. Okay, moving along. 49. Now, if you are going to show kindness and faithfulness to my master, tell me. If not, tell me, and I will go elsewhere. That was so good to me because it just reminded us, even in Ecclesiastes 4:9-12, which is some of my favorite scriptures, it reminds us that two is always better than one, right? And in this scripture, to me, it pointed out that you need selfless people in your corner. You need people who are going to go to war for you. You need people who are going to give you their word, and their word will be their bond, that you don't have to question them, that you don't have to send people after them, that it's like they are a man after God's own heart, that they are men that they should not lie, that if they said it, that they will do it. That once it's said, it's done. Verses 50-54, it just reminded me that what I have here, that we need to do everything with a gratitude and always give an offering. So even something as simple as like, oh, we trying to catch a ride with somebody so that we avoid paying for an Uber, right? Or we trying to get somebody to pick us up from here, there, so we don't gotta pay a cab fare. It's like, do everything with love, do everything well, and do it from a place of gratitude, that you're not just trying to get over on somebody, you're not just trying to get this or get that, like not only to make your life easier, but offer them some gas, like offer them a little car, a thank you car or whatever, like, send a text, thank you, I appreciate you, whatever it is. Like I want y'all to go read 50-54 and let that marinate on your spirit, resonate with that he departed from them giving an offering. Last couple verses and I promise I'm going to be done. 56, the Lord has made my journey a success. Our Father will always go before you. He will not call you to anything that he will not carry you through. His presence has already been in every place that your feet will grace. And then the last couple verses, when it says that she took her veil and covered herself, we need to make ourselves available for our husbands, but also shield ourselves from those wolves in sheep's clothing, right? Again, he who finds a wife, not she who finds a husband. So we need to be more modest. We need to be more on our game. Go back and also read Proverbs 31 as well, where it's like, don't be a woman of idle hands. Don't be a woman looking for a handout. Don't be a woman looking for a man to come save you, to come pay all your bills, to be this damsel in distress. That is not biblical. That's not biblical union. That's not what leads to biblical marriage. You need to be on your game, so when he's scouting, he goes, he see you. He see